Is there life somewhere else in the universe? I think so. And here's exactly the kind of discovery that convinces me. Astronomers just found an object so strange they didn't even have a name for it until this month. For years, they thought they were looking at a galaxy. They were wrong. It's not a galaxy. It might not even be a star. It's called MOM-BH Star 1, and it sits in the early universe, roughly 600 million to 1.6 billion years after the Big Bang. A period astronomers call the Epoch of Reionization. At its center is a black hole, estimated at around 100,000 times the mass of the Sun, wrapped in a dense envelope of hydrogen gas, roughly the size of our entire solar system. That gas shell is thick enough that the whole system starts emitting light, with the spectral signature of a giant star. Even though nothing inside it is doing nuclear fusion, the output is staggering, about 100 billion times brighter than any actual star we know of. This was published in Nature on August 12th, led by a team at MIT. Astronomers are calling it a black hole star. Not a metaphor, an actual new category of object. Here's why this matters beyond just one object. JWST has been photographing hundreds of these things since it launched. Tiny, red, impossibly bright points scattered across the early universe. Astronomers call them little red dots, and roughly 300 of them have been cataloged so far. Nobody could fully explain them. They looked too bright and too mature for how young the universe was at the time, which didn't make sense. Massive galaxies aren't supposed to exist yet at that point in cosmic history. This new black hole star model, when researchers add in the light of a young forming galaxy around it, produces almost exactly that same signature. One correctly identified object might be the key to reclassifying an entire population of them. Now, the part I have to be honest about, because it matters. Nobody has actually watched a black hole wrap itself in gas and start glowing. Like this happen in real time. Nobody filmed the process, and nobody will. It happened well over 12 billion years ago. This is the best current explanation researchers have for the light signature they're seeing, built from spectral data and modeling, not direct observation. Even NASA-owned language calls it the strongest evidence yet, not proof. There's at least one serious competing theory in the scientific literature right now, involving something called a collapsed supermassive dark star that could explain some of these same red dots differently. So hold this loosely. This is our leading theory about the early universe this month. It might not be next year's. But think about what just happened here. For years, some of the smartest people looking at this exact data assumed they understood what they were seeing. A bright young galaxy. Nothing stranger than that. They were looking at something else entirely, hiding in plain sight. And it took years of staring at the same images to even realize it. If we can misread an entire class of object floating right there, in hundreds of JWST photographs, in plain view, I don't think it's a stretch to believe we're just as capable of missing life somewhere out there too. We haven't run out of surprises. We're just getting started.